That was close, I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Alright, let's see what we got next here. Okay, so this door here is still locked. What is the next available door? Not that one. Oh, this classroom's open now. No, I should ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him. Okay, so let's talk to Hiyoko. When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glaring at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be crappy either way, so I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with the idiot. I don't want to do that either. Oh my god, I have to do it? Of course I have to do it, because it's always me. Always has to be me. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here? Well, there was another thing I need to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't want to read, who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating Hot Pots. What the hell? What does that have to do with anything? I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about the ultimate despair. Whoa! I never would have guessed. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl? Lady Junko Inoshima. Where did I hear that name from? As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a second. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some crapped up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout the history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So, she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat? Then what was their purpose? Like I said, why did they cause the incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without a purpose. It was Junko's despair, okay? For Junko, despair isn't about purpose. It's a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko as Junko Inoshima. What are you saying? I'm a sub-plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the heck? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds, and so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko's name. How, for example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. What the hell? What is this? They completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you think about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hopi Academy? Final days? Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean, final days? What happened to the Reserve Corps department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the Reserve Corps department all committed mass suicide. But then, why didn't I do that? Why wasn't I part of that? It wasn't all of them. One person excluded, and who's the one? Me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate Despair, Junko. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko is already dead. Oh look, it's a picture of Junko right there. Oh man, why is this familiar to me? Is this it? What do you have to say? Is it true what you said? Junko is really dead? You didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in That Bloody Classroom. Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy. Hey. For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko is dead. It turns out the Killing School Life was part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope Academy and forced them to kill each other. That is just like us. Apparently, the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. The students of Hope Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Inashima failed. Junko lost the students she placed in her trap, and after becoming overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko's no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko isn't alive anymore. Then who is our enemy? If Junko is already dead and the rest of the Ultimate Despair is behind this, are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that Killing School Life. Well, I don't know who the heck is imitating Junko and make us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation. If the students from Hope Academy stop the real deal, there's no one will lose to some fake. But this is really some imitation. Are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the Killing School Life? Okay. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it. Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. What do you mean by raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again. I'll tell you guys everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Okay, what do you gotta say then?
Hey,
Okay. Okay, I already know the story. Alright. I'm done. Oh, wait, what? Now I'm on the 4th floor? Wow. Akane switching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut
Well, you
feeling.
know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean, who?
So,
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
Just my gut.
But still, our gut's pretty impressive for someone. It's strangely intuitive, and Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. The main cast? Huh. Okay, so can't go in there. That's the stairs that lead to the 5th floor. Here's another empty door. These are empty classrooms. Okay, can't go in there. That's an office. And the headmaster's room. Oh man, I hope we get to go there soon. There's a weird-looking Rubik's Cube, I guess? A music room? Why is the music room available all of a sudden? Alright, guess we're going to the music room. So let's go ahead and go there right now. Alright, here we go. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Why does the monument look really weird? And why is there a hologram? What has happened to this school? Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is a symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hospi Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hospi Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Okay, well that's odd. Okay, what about this thing? What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information, a person who claims to be a survivor of Hospi Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hospi Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible, though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Inoshima rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they're survivors of Hospi Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hospi Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation? There were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Okay. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed the Future Foundation is on our side at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hospi Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But that's true. Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Inoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this? Research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email. What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there's still so many mysteries. Yeah, I don't get this. But I guess I'm done here. I'm getting really tired of saying that really, really long word though. Most tragic, most awful event in human history. Because, I don't know. So, what is next? Oh, the office is next. Okay. We're going to the office. This feels different from a classroom. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
No.
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Aha! That's hilarious!
Huh? Are you serious?
Okay. Wait, so are these like the missing plushies that I haven't found at all on Jabberwock Island? Like this whole time? So there's flowers here. Why are the flowers all pixelated?
This is bad. I mean...
I'm really worried. What if something happens to me when Miss Sonia isn't looking? This guy is so useless sometimes. That's hilarious. List of subjects? Why is it all of our names here? List of subjects. Wait, one of them says Ultimate Imposter. What the hell? Why is Hiyoko on this newspaper? Extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into it says Hope Speed Academy founder Izuru Kamakura. The founder of Hope Speed Academy, and this name, Izuru Kamakura. Does this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Another mystery. Okay. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Saionji is written here. Why does Hiyoko look bigger? Like, do you see that? She looks much bigger in this picture. Like, she's really small, but then, like, on this picture, she's, like, a grown lady or something like that. Miss Hiyoko Saionji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? The Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean?
Huh?
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Saionji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. That can't be possible. Why would you name your kid the same name as the other kid?
I mean...
Did you ever hear her mention an older sister? No.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
How's that Hiyoko?
Of course not.
Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What the hell? No way, that's impossible. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today.
Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
Then the Hiyoko in this newspaper. Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey, hey. This is bad.
Maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? What the fuck?
What's going on?
But look at this. Look, we got me, Nagito, Teruteru, Nekomaru, Fuyuhiko, everybody right here. And then, look, the one name right there that completely stands out is Ultimate Imposter. That's for Byakuya right there. They knew about Byakuya. Alright, now let's look at this. There are letters floating in the air, like the music from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Inoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Inoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this incident, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much an all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Okay. I like this picture right here. It's a giant, like, shield picture with, like, purple, ominous background. Okay, with this, you totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, you shall now go on to the next stage. Oh, great. So we're going to another floor now? How awesome is that? Alright, what do you guys say next?
Are we screwed?
That list of subjects seems really dangerous. Don't tell me all this killing is gonna have some psychotic conclusion, like it's some experiment. Alright, so what? Now we're going to, what, the third floor? Yup.